back, and we are laying down the law. That's right. I'm your host, Steve Foster, with co-host, the former All-Pro NFL quarterback,
Hey.
Jeff Blake. He can't even wait till he gets his name out. I can't wait. The athletic attorney, Ryan Willett. Rod Chico Tanner, the lieutenant governor for the South Texas District of the AAU, and return of the MAC, our man, Spencer Conley, motivational speaker, former professional athlete extraordinaire. But right now,
hey, before we get into it, Steve, real quick, you're not going to get my basketball breaking news in. Kevin Durant out up to possibly 2 months with a fractured foot.
Was he moving the desk? What the heck was going on?
The ironic thing is he pulled out of Team USA,
to not to get injured.
And then it just shows you can get injured anywhere. So.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well,
this is
early.
Yeah, at least it's still early. So.
Well, that's unfortunate. A heck of a basketball player, maybe the best basketball player on the planet right now. But let's switch up to baseball, and it's tough for me. But we have Kansas City's finest. It's not Gates and Son Barbecue. It's not KC Masterpiece. It's my man, Brian McCray, number 56 in your program, number 1 in your heart for the Kansas City Royals. How you doing, man?
Good morning. What you guys up to today?
No good, brother. We got Jeff Blake, your boy from Florida like you. You born in Bradenton. We got the athletic attorney, Ryan Willett. We got Spencer Conley, return of the MAC, and the lieutenant governor for the South Texas District of the AAU, Rod Chico Tanner. We got four of a kind with a joker.
That sounds like a good start to the morning. I'm actually down in Florida. I'm coming back from Miami, driving to Tampa.
Oh, okay. Well, travel safe across the alligators and the crocodiles down there. I've never been through all that. I've been to both cities, but by plane. You putting a whooping on me, Mac? You treat me rude.
Yeah, right now the Royals got it working right now. I don't know how they're doing it. It don't make sense sometimes when you watch them play, but they're going home up 2-0, and the Orioles are in big time trouble.
Yeah, and You see Kansas City's resilience in those latter innings, and they have some tremendous pitching and some clutch hitting. And you got more speed on your baseball team than some defenses in the NFL in their defensive secondary. And I know you know that because you had a full scholarship as a defensive back to the University of Kansas. Just a great showing these first two American League Championship games for the Royals.
Well, you look at how they kind of constructed this team for the postseason, and they have two guys in Dyson and Gore that come in late in the ball games just to wreak havoc. They have that in their bag of tricks. If the game's close, they're going to come in late innings and steal bases, make some things happen. And it seems like Gore, every time he's been on base, he's scored a run. I think he's been on base 7 times or 8 times in the postseason and has scored all but once. And he still doesn't have an at-bat. So he's just a pinch runner. Well, and that's something that you don't see with a lot of teams, how they do things. And the Royals play a lot of close games. They don't blow anybody out. They don't get blown out. So they have to play some small ball, and that's one aspect of it is with the speed. But the big key to this series is what Hosmer and Moustakas, especially Moustakas, has been doing. He has hit home runs in each game, and he's batting 9th. He was a guy that got sent to AAA during the season and hit .213 during the regular season with 15 home runs, and I think that's the biggest key for the Royals right now. Is they're hitting home runs late in the game, and they're able to do something that they weren't doing much of during the season. They were last in home runs, last in walks, and that's a bad combination, but they found a way to make it work.
Absolutely. We're talking with Brian McCray, former first-round pick of the Kansas City Royals. The last time the Royals won the World Series, your dad was on the team. And
that was the year I was drafted in '85.
Yes. And, I've been, I say it publicly, you have been one of the most generous professional athletes. You've given me tickets to everything baseball that I've ever wanted to go to, been on the field during the home run derby with you, the whole 9, and it looks like you may be hosting either a I-70 series if the Cardinals get past the Giants, or at least going out to San Francisco, which isn't a bad park in McCovey Cove and all that? Because I know your dad and your family are tied in with the Giants, San Francisco Giants lore as well.
I'm looking forward to the 3 games, possibly in Kansas City, just to see the energy in the city again. This is something that hadn't gone on in almost 30 years. The people in Kansas City don't know how to act right now. They're not getting any work done. They're staying up late watching these playoff games, the extra innings, and they're living and dying with this team right now. And I don't know if they have energy left for 3 playoff games back to back to back. They had a week off to get rejuvenated after they clinched the first series against the Angels, and I'm not sure what they got left in the tank, but we'll find out here this week.
Well, the way they're going, it might just only be 2. So if they get that sweep.
It could very well be a sweep. I hope it's not a sweep. I want 3 games in Kansas City, and I think that, for TV purposes, they want the series to go a little bit longer, too. I want the Royals to play as many games as possible so people in the country, around the country, can see what a great group of guys this is and how much fun they have playing the game and the energy that they bring every day. I think that's refreshing when you see a group of guys that do the things that these guys are doing.
Speaking of that, Brian, it seems like for the last 10 years or so, there's been a Moneyball, trend in baseball in which everybody's going for home runs and not stealing bases, not doing the things the Royals are doing. Do you think this might set a trend and work back to the old days where, Vince Coleman was stealing 100 bases and we're moving back to that style of baseball?
I think there's some teams that are going to play more small ball, more pitching and defense, because that's how their ballpark is built. Their team's going to be kind of constructed to where their ballpark is. Baltimore is more of a power team because look at that ballpark. It's small. The ball flies out of there. So they construct their team a little bit differently. But big ballparks like Kansas City, you have to have good defense. You have to have some speed. And their bullpen is the best in baseball. If they have a lead in the 6th inning, the game's over.
Yeah. We're talking with Brian McRae, former first-round draft pick of the Kansas City Royals. Yes, son of also World Series champion and manager Hal McRae. Brian, Alex Gordon, fellow alum, really sparked this ALCS with a home run to really get, I think, Kansas City's bats, as you mentioned, getting in that big fly. How good is he as a fielder as well?
Well, I think that his defense, he's, I think, a 3-time Gold Glove winner, but his defense still gets kind of overlooked because he started off his big league career as a third baseman. And they moved him to the outfield, I think, in 2008 or 2009. And it's been a work in progress early, but he's turned himself into a Gold Glover. They don't run on him. Baltimore had a chance to maybe try to score a run the other night. They didn't run on him because of his arm and the things that he's done defensively out there. I think he's quietly turned himself into maybe the best defensive left fielder in baseball.
Yeah, with power, with a lot of power.
Yeah, it's not where it probably should be for a guy in the corner position. The Royals didn't have anybody to hit 20 home runs. I don't think they had anybody that drove in 80 RBIs. But I think Alex is capable. He's 25-plus potential and a 100 RBI type of guy. If you'd ask him, he'd probably say he had a down year offensively. But defensively, he saves a lot more runs than, there's no stat for saved runs by an outfielder. But if there was, he would be near the top because of what he does with the glove and with his arm.
Right. Absolutely. Well, listen, we're playing each other today in the Laying Down the Law Fantasy Football League. One of us is going to be 1-5, and one of us is going to be 2-4.
Yeah, I need to get a win. I started off good. I went 1-0, and then it's kind of gone down. And with Adrian Peterson not being able to play, that's hurt me a lot.
Oh, that's a big
Yeah.
You should have dropped him off. You should have cut him a while back and picked up somebody else as soon as that went down.
I keep him on there just so I can look at his name and just think of what could have been.
Put him on waivers.
Yeah. Well, you're getting it back in spades in baseball. And I'll say this, I'm not ready to tell the story yet, but Brian McRae played one of the best practical jokes I've ever had played on me in my life, and I can still laugh about it today. It's one of the best ones ever, and I tell you, one of the best hosts. So if you ever get a chance, y'all, to get out to Kansas City, are you working with ESPN 810
I'm working
still?
with 120 Sports
Okay,
this
120.
postseason
Okay.
out of Chicago. So you can check me out on 120 Sports.
Okay.
It's a new app for the sports station. Major League Baseball is backing it. We're out of Oprah's old studios there in Chicago, and I'll be on tomorrow through the rest of the week doing some playoff updates and recaps and things like that. Michael Kim, who used to work with ESPN, is one of the hosts there, so it's a pretty cool deal. So check it out on 120 Sports.
Hey,
All right.
Brian, real quick, what's the best barbecue in Kansas City?
The best barbecue in Kansas City, in my mind, is Arthur Bryant's.
Alrighty, okay.
I think that's the best. I like the sauce and the rub that they have on it. But you can't go wrong with Oklahoma Joe's either.
Yes.
That's probably number 2.
That's my spot. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, okay.
You made Ryan light up, boy.
No, I love me some barbecue.
Hey, man, you're going to have to come back down here again. We had a blast when you were in Austin last. It's been a little while, but we'll get a chance to catch up offline. Catch Brian McCray, and he's at KC Sluggers on Twitter. And then 120 Sports, the new app out of Chicago, doing some things. And, you just might be in the World Series again. And that may mean this little guy from Texas may have to bounce up on a Southwest flight, man, and do something for an evening. So
jump on the Royals bandwagon.
I'm an Orioles fan, man. My dad grew up in Bmore. Thank you very much. Travel safe. And let me ask you this. Who's your winner for college football this year?
I'm going to have to go with the state of Mississippi now.
Okay. That's a pretty safe bet, man. That's a pretty safe bet. All right, fair enough. Well, we'll see what happens when the Egg Bowl comes around and see what's going on between Mississippi and Mississippi State. They've done tremendously. Hey, man, take care. Thanks for your time, and we'll talk soon.
All right, you guys take it easy. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks.
All right, thank you. Brian McCray right there. We're going to come back with our Longhorns Insider. We're going to let Return of the Max Vincent Conley get some of that when we get back right here on Laying Down the Law.